What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center, another video. And in today's video I'm gonna play with a wall stall deck, as you can see in front of you. So a typical wall stall deck, which can cause a lot of headache and a lot of problems to any opponent that you can face. It is a very powerful. Unfortunately, the two cards that should be included in this build are Lusamis, but unfortunately I can't play Lusami on TCGO, and this is the reason why I just decided, to add extra DCE and Rainbow Energy for this purpose. So I can potentially maybe even attack with my Hoopa, maybe with my Shackle or Articuno, maybe even with the Wobbuffet. So yeah, Lusami definitely ×2 needs to go in this build, maybe even ×4, because it's just way too good. It allows you to grab, in any combination of two supporter cards, or maybe supporter card and Stadium from your discard pile pick into your deck. Anyways, looking forward to this deck list. This deck list is just built to, deck out your opponent, or maybe just to knock all of the energies from your opponent's Pokemon, so he can't play against you. Probably the first matchup could be, Melamar deck, but still, if you have Vileplume, you don't need to worry too much about Melamar as well. This deck actually has answer to all of your opponent questions. You have Regigigas with 180 HP, so if your opponent Pokemons cannot hit for more than like 130, 150 or something like that, you can wall stall with Regigigas. If your opponents play only GX Pokemons, you can wall stall with the Hoopa. If your opponent's Pokemon plays heavy attack cost, you can wall stall with Gami. There's also Vileplume with that disgusting pollen, which can prevent opponent basic Pokemons from attacking. There's a Shackle with Protective Shell, and also Triple Poison Revamp GX that can also buy some time. I decided also to attack Wobbuffet with Shady Tail, because why not? I mean, we can even disable that Prism Star Tapu Koko, which can also be very disgusting. And there's a Articuno with that Cold Crash GX that can discard all energies from both active Pokemons in play. Typical disrupting tool and the supporter card list, I should say that. 4 copies of Counter Catcher. Once our opponent managed to take the knockout against one of our Pokemons, we can simply start using Counter Catchers. Counter Catcher is going to be future plays, that's for sure. I'm just waiting for the moment when Counter Catcher Secret Rare will be like 30 bucks or something like that. It's just a matter of time, specifically with those tag team Pokemons. I have a good feeling that this card will worth a ton of money. Then there's a Crushing Hammers and Enhanced Hammers, a couple Max Potions, and 4 copies of Nesball. There are also 2 copies of Rare Candy, mainly built for the Oddish Vileplume lineup. 2 Rescue Stretchers, so we can recover some of the Pokemons from the discard pile back into our deck or in the hand. 3 different Stadiums, Lysander Lab, so we can prevent opponents' Pokemons from using tool cards. Mount Lanakila, which can add a extra basic Pokemon Retreat, good against Jirachi. Wanderer's Labyrinth, that can actually add an extra energy attack cost, good against anything. And then supporter lineup, 4 copies of Itsrola, 4 copies of Bill Analyze, 4 copies of Steven Resolve, and then ×1 we are gonna find 1 copy of Faba, 1 copy of Gladion, 1 copy of Guzma, 1 copy of Titan Liza, just in case, as well as 1 copy of Team Skullgrunt. And I decided to play also 2 Plamerias with 4 energies, 2 of each, DCE and Rainbow Energy. Overall, very powerful deck. It is so strong, it can basically win against everything. Potential tech can also be Tag Team Valor GX, which I don't know about it, because sometimes if we might brick, we might let our opponent take 3 prize cards, and you really don't want to let your opponent take 3 prize cards in the early stage of the game, because later he can just find a way to take 3 more, much easier than finding a way to get 5 more, right? So yeah, and yeah, definitely you should consider running Lusami and just discarding 1 Double Course Energy and 1 Rainbow Energy. Or maybe just taking 2 Rainbow Energies without Double Course Energies and adding 2 Lusamis, because Lusamis is a must-have card, but since it's banned and since I can't use it in TCGO, I just decided not to include it in this build, but you should definitely consider playing it. So, see you in the game. Alright, so Today's video is all about stalling, controlling, and controlling our opponent energies on the bench and also in the play. Starting with the Hoopa, which is definitely not bad starting Pokemon. If we're gonna play against, you know, GX deck, and it is some sort of GX deck on the other side of the field. It is some kind of Zoroark, Lucario deck. So it is gonna be okay. It's not gonna be easy matchup just because there's gonna be a little muck in play. So I guess Hoopa will not work that much. But as long as I can control my opponent energies in play, I guess I don't need to worry too much. With that being said, I think I'm also gonna promote that Gummy in play as well. But then again, even with the Gummy, I'm not gonna benefit too much because once Mach enters the play, I'm losing my ability anyways. But it doesn't matter too much. I'm gonna leave my opponent a few easy knockouts so I can start to use my counter catcher play. It is very important for this build. There's the first double course energy, which means that with the Faba I can definitely choose a tool or special energy card and put it in the loss zone. Unfortunately, the bad thing about playing this deck on TCGO is the fact that I cannot use Lusamine because it is banned in TCGO because it actually has some glitches. And unfortunately, I can't recover Faba back from my discard pile back into my hand. So I would definitely love to play 2 copies of Lusamine as well. And let's see how many Pokemons in addition to that Zoroark, Lucario, that Zoroark, and also, okay, so he decided to discard Tapu Lele. This is actually very interesting. He decided to put Rockruff in play. If he misses opportunity for the one-hit knockout, this is going to be very important for me. Mainly because I can heal, I can play Faba, and after that I can pass my turn. So far not that bad, right? Unfortunately, abilities are not working for me anymore, at least not those on the basic Pokemons. But for a couple turns, I hope at least this Hoopa can actually stall a little bit, and it can actually buy me some time. Probably if I'm gonna play versus a Ranguru, there's not gonna be, I think, too much space for me, theoretically, because a Ranguru can just resource management whatever card it needs. And there's a Lily as well. And again, without Lusamine, I'm not gonna be able to do too much. I'm going straight forward with a Crushing Hammer, and I'm flipping tails on the coin flip. Still I have Bill Analyze, which means I can grab Steven Resolve. And I actually think going twice with Steven Resolve wouldn't be that bad, right? Once again, I'm gonna play Max Potion, even if I don't want to do it. And since I already played Bill, I can't use Steven. I'm not gonna attach my double course energy to my Hoopa yet. Just gonna try to keep it for late game. And there is another trade for my opponent. He's just going quickly through his deck. There's 27 cards remaining. Again, we can win the game by just decking out our opponent by discarding all of the energies that he have, or simply by winning by drawing 6 prize cards, which is not going to be the case in our scenario for sure. Energy attached to Riolu. Alright. Again, if he missed this turn for the knockout, then this is good for me because I managed to buy a couple turns with my Hoopa in front. And again, there is one Azrua in addition to his 3 Pokemons on the bench, so right now he can go for 110 with Lily. He have a decent chance to pull another basic Pokemon and put him on the bench so he can have one-hit knockout versus Hoopa. Unfortunately, once again, he can't go for the one-hit knockout, which basically means one thing. We're gonna go with Steven Resolve and we're gonna grab ourselves Regigigas, some kind of Enhanced Hammer, maybe even Counter Catcher play, which is actually not that bad. Since I already played Steven, my turn will end immediately, but this is the part of the plan. So I really want to. Alright, so he locked his bench, which basically means that he probably does not play a single copy of Rangoon, which basically means once I manage to discard all of the resources from my opponent Pokemons in play, this is gonna be it. Ah, he judges me actually after that immediately, so I'm gonna down to 4 cards. There's Plumeria, so I can live with that. And also Nazball, which means I can grab myself Regigigas as well. So that can actually work for me. There's a Pokemon Communication as well. And he trades Lucario, maybe for another Zoroark, makes sense. 21 cards left. And a trade. Imagine having right now Team Rocket Handiwork with Lusami and so many other good cards in the format. Mildex would work just as a charm. But unfortunately it's not available. On the other side of the field, Lucario can easily go for the one-hit knockout versus Regigigas, so again, it's not something super extra. Let's go with the Regigigas. Yeah, I definitely need to do that. I definitely need to play my Plumeria so I can discard that energy from Zoroark. And I'm passing my turn. Maybe I can buy myself an extra turn, which would be amazing. But so far, we have another double colors energy immediately. And there's another trade. I really wish I had Lusamine. Actually, maybe top deck can be something useful. Maybe not. At least I have Steven Resolve, which means that I'm gonna go for Enhanced Hammer and something else. With Lusamine, you can grab any combination of 2 supporter cards, maybe from your disc pile. So theoretically, you can grab Lusamine, another Lusamine, and Plumeria, for example, and you can have endless, you know, energy discardment. Steven Resolve. Alright, another Counter Catcher, Enhanced Hammer, and I'm personally thinking I'm gonna go for another copy of Steven Resolve in this scenario. Alright. If I can Counter Catcher, potentially he is Muck. I can do a good job. Probably. He have 13 cards remaining. Plenty of Guzmas. Actually, probably 2 Guzma left and a couple Lycanrocs as well. I'm also gonna need another basic Pokemon on my bench. Otherwise, I might lose the game. I actually did a tiny mistake. I should go for Pokemon instead, because if he took Knockout this turn, then he will. This might be a GG for me, but we shall see. So there is a Lycanroc play, so he definitely wants to get in play somehow. Yeah. Lucario for that Aura Strike. This is not something I was expecting to see. But it's actually not that bad, because I can catch his Muck and he won't be able to retreat as long as I have only Gami in the front. And this can be a GG for my opponent, unfortunately. As it looks right now, I think this will be a GG. Alright, so Steven Resolve for discard all energies from your opponent active Pokemon. I think I'm gonna go for Wondrous Labyrinth. I can go for, maybe he runs Switch. Maybe he runs Switch. If he runs Switch, then the game is over. Or maybe Escape Rope. I don't know. I have no clue actually. I can only think about that. He can't play Guzma, that's for sure, because if your opponent does not have benched Pokemon, you're not allowed to play Guzma. So I'm not sure how he can retreat without Switch, and I'm like 99% positive that this deck does not play Switch. Maybe Escape Rope, but who plays Switch in Zoroark? Maybe I'm wrong. Personally, I don't have no clue. He'd probably think about being able to play Guzma, but you can't play Guzma if your opponent does not have benched Pokemon. Unfortunately, you can do it if you don't have, but your opponent must have. So yeah, with 8 cards remaining, I think this is probably going to be it if he won't be able to retreat. And I have that Crushing Hammer available immediately to knock energy from Muck. But how many DCEs we knocked so far? 2 of them. Alright, so there's a trade. Yeah, I'm just gonna laugh to my opponent because he said it is a GG, well played, well close. Maybe he realized that it's over, maybe he thought that he can play Guzma, I have no clue. I can also add Wondrous Library in play, which can actually help me a little bit. At least. It can force Lucario to have extra energy in order to use the Cycling Kick. Actually extra 1 energy because Gumi does not have any more ability. And if I get lucky with the Crushing Hammer again, I can even knock that energy out, so he will need double course energy in order to do that Cycling Kick. With Bill Analyze, who knows what else I can get, so... the good thing is that probably my opponent will deck himself out next turn if he don't find a resource to win this game. He can probably just try to play Judge or something like that, maybe Cynthia. But I already see that he wastes 2 Cynthias. Actually 2 Lilies, 3 Lilies, Cynthia. Yeah, plenty of resources he lost. Let's go with Bill Analyze, let's see what we can find here. Another Bill Analyze, so bad. I guess I can grab that Nazball just in case of the miracle. Personally, if I have water energy, I would definitely consider grabbing myself Articuno and knocking those energies from Lucario, but since I don't have, I'm just gonna go with the Crushing Hammer. It is a Tails. Adding this Wondrous Library in play, and maybe just not risking being struck by, I don't know, really, to be honest. What I can do with a Shackle, I can paralyze him literally. It's not worth to do that. You can go max for 130, so not a big deal. We have Articuno, which is a good sign, but I guess I'm just gonna pass the turn and risk and pretend like I don't have nothing and see if my opponent can actually somehow retreat. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. I really have no clue. So he has Stadium. Yeah, but probably that's it. I mean, literally the moment he locked his bench, I realized that my opportunity will be in that muck. That's pretty much it. Okay, so yeah, that's Rolla with Rainbow Energy. So that actually surprised me. That actually surprised me a lot. So yeah, I had opportunity to put another Pokemon on my bench, and I should definitely do it. But probably then he would play just Guzma and then try to find another, you know, option to go for the knockout with his Rainbow Energy. It's a roll-up turn, next turn play. So yeah, how many Rainbow Energies did he play? I can assume only 1. Well, yeah, that's insane. I mean, but it definitely saves him in this matchup. So it definitely saves him in this matchup because he was able just to scoop, you know, that damaged mark from play. He was definitely looking for that. So that's the GG, unfortunately. Alright, so yeah, I mean, I saw a lot of the Zoroark Lucario deck lists. Personally, the one that I played against in real life only played 4 copies of Fighting Energies and 4 copies of Double Course Energies, but my opponent in that previously matchup actually surprised me well. He actually played, you know, 1 copy of Rainbow Energy, and I actually didn't expect to see that. Literally, I didn't expect to see that, and yeah, that actually saved him. So we're gonna go here. Oh yeah, another Zoroark matchup. So I guess I can this time play maybe a little bit smarter and better. Maybe not. We shall see. It really all depends. I think I personally don't need so many double course energy. So he immediately decided to judge me. Maybe I should put that hoop on the bench. Maybe not. I mean, the reason why I didn't want to go for him was basically. It was basically because he could shut my ability and Hoopa is only 120 HP, so I guess I can have maybe something much stronger like Regigigas on my bench, for example. But he also locked himself as well on the one card. So Steven Resolve, I guess I can grab myself 3 cards. We can put, for example, in play what, Enhance Hammer. We need another Steven Resolve, that is for sure. So I guess I can go with another Steven Resolve, and more than that, I think I can maybe try to somehow control my opponent board with another Enhanced Hammer. Just so I can have, you know, 3 turns disrupting my opponent by striking him with Enhanced Hammers. And there is a top deck maybe, or maybe he had Tapu Lele for probably Lily in this case. It's much better to play Lily if you can draw cards until 6, and if you only have 1 or 2 cards, specifically better than Cynthia in my opinion. It all depends what is the remaining card in your hand. In this situation it was Palpet, so he definitely benefit from Lily. And there is Zorak as well. Yeah, for him, the biggest problem right now is how to remove that Grimer from play, because even if he can find, you know, Floatstone, which is not existent in the current format, he won't be able to do it because of the Lysander Lab. We're gonna go with another Steven Resolve, and then since our opponent have maybe opportunity to get some of the resources, we're gonna try to catch him on the wrong foot with Team School Grant. Since we already are good with energies in our hand, since we also have Enhanced Hammer, we can go with 1 copy of a Crushing Hammer, and I think Max Potion wouldn't be that bad. If I get some damage, I can definitely try to heal it off with my Articuno, and then I can strike my opponent with the Cold Crash, meaning that I can discard another energy. And for example, as you can see right there, this deck actually plays a unique energy, so what to think about it? Will this deck also play a copy of, you know, Rainbow Energy? I have no clue until I see it, so until I face it, I'm not gonna know it. Alright, but anyways, I think I'm speaking too much, but I'm just doing my best explaining strategies and what that can do and what you can expect. Alright, so there's 2 trades right now available for my opponent, technically meaning that he can draw 4 extra cards, which is not that bad, especially if he can have bulky hand, then I can simply hit him with a Team School Grunt. So, Lycanroc, Field Blower, Cynthia, and 3 Lilies. Alright, so I kind of regret the decision where I put in play that Team School Grunt. And more than that, this is just gonna be a pass. So I guess I shouldn't play that Team School Grunt this turn. Well, right now is just too late. He traded Lily for 2 extra cards, and he's definitely trying to get that Guzma in play with a double Course Energy, so he can at least try to deal some damage to my Regigigas. Playing energy is very risky. Not being able to go for the one-hit now against Articuno is even worse. Starting with Grimer in the front is the worst possible nightmare. Literally, you can't do nothing. You cannot retreat because it requires 3 freaking energy cards. It is so heavy to retreat. At least you can Chemical Breath for like 20, but seriously, dude? Is it even worth to consider attacking for 20? Not in the craziest world. Maybe if you can dunk your opponent, you should consider doing that, but otherwise, I don't think so. Alright, so a couple more trades. Look how many cards my opponent right now have in his hand. Plenty of them. There's like 10 plus cards, if I'm not wrong. Maybe 6, 12. I think 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's a lot. That's a lot. 12 energies, it is just insane. Oh, he decided to Chemical Breath me. Are you serious, dude? Boom, I'm gonna Enhance Hammer you immediately. I'm not gonna even let you to play that. There's no way I'm gonna let him do that. So, there's a Nesball. If he once again clock his bench, okay, so again, no single copy of Oranguru. Personally, if I play Zorak deck, I would definitely consider going with 1 copy of Oranguru. It is a must-have card specifically for this type of matchups. You can just recycle your resources, and it is very important because if you play you know, deck that actually relies on so many special energies, I don't know what you can do. So there's a Rainbow Energy. And that's a roll-up. Okay, so right now we actually know that he have this combo as well. And we're gonna put this Wondrous Library immediately in play. And then we're gonna see what he can do. Theoretically, he can go for 150, so maybe I should play that Max Potion, but I just decided to take the risk with Wondrous Labyrinth. Maybe that was a horrible mistake, and it looks like so far it is. It is. So he can go for 160, and damn, that was a horrible mistake from me. I should definitely not do it. But anyways, I should go with that Max Potion. Okay, at least I have Rescue Stretcher and Faba, so I can live with that. Alright. Reduce bidding. He's taking 2 prize cards, which is not bad because right now I can activate my Counter Catcher. And again, I can catch his Grimer in the front. Boom, Faba immediately. For that double Chorus energy. I can Rescue Stretcher. I can put Pokemon from my discard pile back into my deck, which actually needs to be Articuno. And okay, I didn't read abilities, so I made a tiny mistake there. Never mind. That's cool. That's just okay. I mean, I don't need to worry too much. Still, we have Max Potion available. There's a Chemical Breath. It doesn't even matter. He puts that Mach in play, and there is a Unit Energy, 1 trade. He's down to 18, which means that he's going down to 16. After that trade, he's discarding a lot of resources. 4 copies of Lily, really, that's a lot. Crushing Hammer, ready, heads. There we go. More than that, I personally think I should do that. And then I should pass. Alright, so once again he have opportunity to scoop Mach from the active position, but in order to do that he needs to play that as roller. So far I didn't play a single copy of my Counter Catcher, and yeah, once again he just decided to scoop and to put a Zorak in front, so I think I'm not gonna probably take the risk here, or maybe I should just pass ball into the another Regigigas as it looks right now. I have option to play Counter Catcher, but I'm just not quite sure if I should go with it. Since I have Max Potion, I think I'm gonna risk. I'm not quite sure if he plays Professor's Kukui. I'm just gonna be surprised there. Okay, so he just passes the turn. Rainbow Energy is the way to go. Not yet. Theoretically, right now you have Ditto, you have Zorark. It's still not time to play that Counter Catcher. Not for sure. Just gonna try to keep it in the seat. If I can maybe save it for a little bit later. There's another Zorak in play. So he decided to actually remove that Mach from play, which is a good thing because right now actually I can stall with my alright, so that's a good thing. Right now I can actually even more stall with Gumi. So yeah, I'm gonna do that actually. I'm actually gonna do that. So I'm gonna do the same that my opponent did to me. Mainly because right now he won't be able to one-hit knock out Regigigas by any means. That's for sure. And I can just keep Articuno and wait him to attach another energy to the Rock Roof so I can simply Counter Catcher him. And he actually decided to scoop. So this is the power of Wall Stall deck. It just works like a charm, you know. The game number 1, you know, made a tiny mistake, which I actually didn't expect to see that Rainbow Energy, but it looks like that at the end. Yeah, they play 1 copy of Rainbow Energy just for this purpose. if you're stuck with something in the front, so you can actually just scoop it because you're not going to be able to switch. Okay, so we know for the future play that definitely against Zork we need to have at least an extra bench Pokemon on the bench in case of T at Sorola. So GG, and I hope you guys enjoy watching this video, so definitely make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you already didn't. We'll see you next time, so till then, have a nice day and goodbye.